samahang masaya, mas pinapalawak para mga Pilipino kasama.
2.3 FM Radio Manila. Tuloy-tuloy ang tsikahan at tsismisan. Walang makakapigil sa daldalan na hatid ng Banana Crew.
92.3 FM Radio Manila, your favorite music radio, ka-vibes! Magandang magandang hapon mga ka-vibes from Metro and Mega Manila, gayon din sa mga nakikinig dyan sa 102.3 Baguio, pati na rin sa 97.5 Jensen. Siyempre kasama niyo pa rin sa mga oras na ito simula alas 3 hanggang alas 5:30 ng hapon. Ang inyong favorite na merienda, Banana Crew. Siyempre kasama ang nag-iisang chinitang chikadora, ang bestie mo, ang bestie ko, ang bestie niyong lahat, Kim Churba. At eto na nga po, kasama na natin ngayong hapong ito just like what we've promised at nakita nyo na post na rin online. Hanapin nyo lamang sa Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, 92.3 FM Radio Manila. At syempre live na rin tayo sa ating YouTube channel, 92.3 FM Radio Manila. Eto na nga po, makakasama natin ngayong hapon ang isa sa mga rising star sa kanyang henerasyon. At ito pa, mula sa pagiging housemate sa PBB, Pinoy Big Brother House Connect. Ayun, munti ka na ako magkamali. Makaiba na yung masabi ko. Pinatunayan niya na hindi lang siya pang variety show, pati na rin sa mundo ng acting, bumibida siya ngayon. Let's all welcome Miss Andy in the house!
Hello! Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Magandang hapon.
Hello.
Bumati ka daw muna sa mga ka-vibes natin.
Hi, mga ka-vibes.
Nakikinig ngayon.
Hello, magandang hapon
Yun.
po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Andy
Aba.
Abaya. At samahan niyo po kami kasi magkukwentuhan po kami nila DJ Kim tungkol sa MMK Barefoot Runner.
Ayan, eto na nga. Dahil nabanggit mo na ang MMK Barefoot Runner, pwede bang ichika mo sa amin ano ang iyong role dito, mga kaganapan, eksena mo?
Okay, so ako po ang gaganap bilang si Trixia Arellano, also known as Tikya. Siya ay kilala bilang Barefoot Beast ng Iloilo kasi napanalunan niya po ang palarong pambansa 2025 sa Lawag recently lang last May. And she won it barefoot. So ito, sa MMK, yung kwento niya ay kung saan makikita yung naging journey niya, lahat ng mga naging struggles niya, lahat ng mga wins niya all throughout until she won the palaro.
So, paano naman yung naging proseso nito? Siyempre, paano, like, di ba na-offer sa'yo, ganyan, nabasa mo kung ano yung magiging role mo dito. Ano yung nagpa-oo sa'yo?
Nung nagpa-oo po sa akin yung challenge, kasi Tikya is currently 11 years old. And sobrang far nung age gap namin. And she's boyish, she's very simple lang, and she's an athlete, diba? So, ito yung tipong role na hindi ko pa nagagawa ever since. Kasi yung usual roles ko before is yung kikay, maarte, konyo, Englishera. Kaya it's something different. And I really want to, ito yung hinihintay kong role na matcha-challenge talaga ako. Kaya I wanted to take up on the challenge, kaya nag-yes po ako. And of course, MMK po
yes,
ito.
Of course.
It's a very iconic show. And alam kong I knew na marami akong matututunan just by doing this project or just by going through all the process and the shoot. Kasi iba din yung approach nila dito because it's a real life story. It's a real person experiencing these real experiences. Kaya kailangan authentic po talaga. Kaya yun po, I wanted to go po talaga ako since alam kong mag-grow po talaga ako.
So, you've mentioned, syempre, nagpa-oo sa'yo yung character na challenge ka. So, paano ka nakakonect dito sa character ni Tikya? Ano ba si Andy Abaya and si Tikya? Mayroon ba kayong pagkakaiba? Of course, may pagkakaiba. Ano yung pagkakapareho ninyo or similarities?
Siguro po yung yung similarities namin is yung dedication namin sa pangarap namin. As in, yun po yung naging inspiration ko just by doing the shoot. Yung moments na kung saan lumalaban siya kahit mahirap, yung moments na gustong-gusto niya talaga manalo, gustong-gusto niya magka-medal. Very similar po siya sa akin sa part na yun. Kasi personally, very ambitious din po akong tao. As much as I can, I dream big. I really pursue what I want to pursue. Gusto ko ma-accomplish yung mga pangarap ko and I really work hard for it. And kaya sobrang nakakonect ako kay Tikya. Kasi tulad ng sa kwento kasi, yung mama niya, tsaka yung lola niya, tsaka yung mga relatives niya, mga runner din. So, family of runners sila. And si Tikya yung kauna-unahang nakapagpalaro. And alam mo yun, parang dala-dala din niya yung pangarap ng pamilya niya. And that's something that inspires me.
Have you given the chance na ma-meet itong si, like, okay lang kahit phone call or talaga personally to si Tikya?
Na-meet ko po siya bago po kami nag-shoot. Na-meet ko siya through a Zoom call. So, dito po nagkwentuhan kami, mas kinilala ko po siya, mas kinuwento po niya yung lahat ng naging journey niya. Yung journey niya na hindi napakita sa news, sa articles, as in, kung ano yung mga pinagdaanan niya, kinuwento niya sa akin. Para mas mapakita po talaga namin at mabigyan ng hustisya yung kwento ni Tikya.
So, since na-mention mo yung mga pinagdaanan ni Tikya, ikaw ba as an actress, ano ba yung mga pinagdaanan mo? Ano yung pinaka-challenging part sa'yo, especially nung binubuo itong MMK episode? Meron bang challenging part na parang huminga ka muna ng malalim bago i-take or i-shoot? Kwento.
Siguro, yung challenge po talaga sa akin is para mapakita po yung sensibility and yung innocence ni Tikya as an 11-year-old. Although, si Tikya kasi, she's very mature for her age. Kasi, she grew up na tumutulong sa bahay. Tinutulungan po niya yung papa niya na mangisda. Nag-uuling po sila. So, alam mo yung very exposed na siya sa physical activities growing up. And, that was something I had to prepare for. Yung physical na taping po talaga. As in, yung takbuhan, yung personality din niya, yung pagiging youthful niya, yun po yung mga naging challenge sa akin. Kasi yun nga po, sanay po ako sa roles na opposite sa role na to. Pero I'm grateful and I'm lucky na I was surrounded by such amazing actors and actresses like sila Miss Mariel Soriano, Miss Riza Senon, Kuya Ketchup. Sila po yung tumulong po talaga sa akin, nag-push po talaga sila at na-motivate po ako dahil sa kanila. And even si Direk Kevin Alhambra, sobrang laki ng tulong po niya. As in, he's so hands-on. Bago pa lang mag-taping, sinabihan na niya ako na magiging challenge to. Kasi physikalan, and it's not just physical, very emotional lang din yung kwento. So, very supportive siya, even though na limited yung time namin. Nandun siya, bawat eksena namin, he comes up to me, asks me kung may questions pa ako, tapos mag-share ko ng thoughts ko, ng insights ko, mag-share siya ng insights niya. Tapos doon kami nag-a-align kung paano i-execute yung bawat eksena. Kaya mas napadali yung proseso sa pag-prepare dahil sobrang hands-on, sobrang generous, and sobrang supportive po ng mga nakasama ko sa taping.
So, since kasama mo, syempre, mga big celebrities, diba? Like sila Mariel Soriano, and of course, si Miss Raisa. So, how was it nung nalaman mo na, sila yung makakasama ko? What was your first reaction?
Sobrang kinabahan po ako. I was like, oh my God, bigatin tong mga artista. Napapanood ko to. Alam ko magagaling silang mga artista. And so, I told myself na, okay, push harder. It's not the typical way of taping the way I would tape before. It's something different talaga. But then that's a really good pushing factor or motivating factor for me kasi kailangan ko makipagsabayan sa skill nila. So, I really prepared. I really inintindi ko talaga yung script by heart. Inintindi ko talaga yung kwento ni Tikya by heart. Kasi I feel ko may expectations po talaga sila. And I didn't want to just reach those expectations. I wanted to exceed them. So I really gave my all for this.
And ano naman yung pinaka-unforgettable na bonding ninyo? Pwedeng during the set or after the set?
Siguro, there's a scene na very heartwarming sa akin. I think, actually marami akong favorite
Scenes.
na sobrang heartwarming, especially pagkasama ko yung family ni Tikya. So, yung favorite ko is yung ending. Yung nanalo na kasi. Yung nanalo na si Tikya, yung shinare na namin yung winning moment niya. It felt so real and I felt so connected to that mo. Oh my God, I feel so emotional.
It's normal.
Yeah,
Yes.
It felt like I'm Tikya, but then me having my MMK moment and Tikya having her gold medal. So
Yes.
sobrang connected siya. So when I was doing that scene, I was so vulnerable and sila even just performing with sila Kuya Ketchup, Miss Riza, and Miss Meryl, like it just felt so real na they're also celebrating this MMK moment with me, but as the family of Tikya and me as Tikya. Parang ganun po yung naramdaman ko.
Somehow talagang nakarelate ka kasi this is your winning moment, di ba? Is this your first time na talagang nag-lead ka sa film, sa pelikula?
I've done like main cast, pero ito talaga yung lead role talaga, and it's MMK pa. So, alam mo yung
Very iconic pa, di
such
ba?
lahat nakaabang sa MMK. So I really didn't want to mess it up. I didn't want to disappoint yung lahat ng mga nagtiwala sa akin para gampanan yung buhay ni Tikya.
Pero ngayon pa lang, gusto kitang sabihan ng congratulations. And syempre, more projects pa. Diba? Just, alam mo, nagkukwentuhan kami off-air talaga nito ni Andy Abaya. Kasi parehas kaming galing palang beda.
Yes!
Pero siya, senior high. Hindi ko siya naabutan. Nung college lang ako. So, may dugo kaming, wow!
Yes,
talaga naman, no? Hindi, syempre yung, alam mo, yung
Yes.
competitive, talagang hunger for success, for our goals, diba? Totoo yan. So, syempre, iba yung pinagdaanan naman ng isang Andy Abaya, 'di ba? From PBB, tapos ngayon meron ka ng MMK episode.
Yeah, I even had I had a conversation with my mom kasi kasi we just got back from Japan, 'di ba? So I haven't really been at home sa nagsistay kasi ako sa condo. And I remember nung day before kami mag-taping, she gave me a call. Since hindi namin masyado na celebrate in person itong project
Yung
na
nalaman
to, yung
niya.
nalaman ko, yung na-share ko sa kanila, nag-chat lang kami. So that was the moment na she called me and yun, she was like, congratulations, parang, this is it, ito na yun, yung hinihintay mo. So, very, it's, I also brought that moment during taping, na yung my mom being supportive, kasi yung family ni Tikya, very supportive din. So, I would like, circle back to that moment when my mom and I were celebrating kahit through Zoom call lang. So, ayun. So, very, very heartwarming moment for me.
Grabe itong batang to, napaka-genuine, honest. Talaga makikita mo sa kanya na dedicated siya sa kanyang trabaho and of course sa craft na ginagawa niya. Pero eto na, hindi pa tayo natatapos dyan.
Yes.
Siyempre, sasalang ka rin dito, hindi pwedeng hindi ka sumalang dito sa ating segment na tinatawag nating Asal. Ang sa amin lang. Kaya ito yung mga cards, may mga katanungan dito na hindi madalas na itatanong. Kaya ito na, let's all hear it.
Ang mga katanungang hindi madalas na pag-uusapan dito ang lapagan sa Asal. Ang sa amin lang Asal.
Ready ka na ba?
Kinakabahan naman ako.
Ito yung mga cards
Okay.
na may mga tanong. Pwede kasing nakaka-relate ka dito. Ito yung mga pwedeng mga napagdadaanan mo in life, 'di ba? So, 3 cards ang iyong pipiliin at sasagutin. Yung brown card yung babasahin mo muna, ha?
Okay.
Ayan.
Yung brown.
Other 2.
Okay.
Ayan.
Hindi ko muna titingnan.
Yes.
Surprise.
Correct. Ayan. Okay, ready na si Anne.
Okay. So, first question. Grabe naman ito! Grabe! Sino ang taong nagparamdam sa'yo na hindi ka karapat-dapat mahalin? Sino ba siya para iparamdam sa akin na hindi ako karapat?
Bayugan si Anne!
Sareng!
Ayan.
Sino ang taong...
Kahit i-describe mo lang siya. Ano ba
Describe
yung
ko na lang.
Oo, pwede. Ano yung nangyari nung incident na pinaramdam niya sa'yo na hindi ka kamahal-mahal?
Okay. Siguro it was lapse of judgment for myself. Parang ito yung times na yung hindi ko na-feel yung security from this person, hindi ko na-feel yung care from this person. Pero I guess, I learned na lang na sometimes talaga, there are people who can't really provide the amount of love that you expect them to provide. And it's simply because of their own capability when it comes to giving love then. And I can't really blame them since um, iba-iba naman talaga yung kinalakihan natin, pinagdaanan natin, yung mga experience natin, iba yung values natin, yung principles natin sa buhay. So, I don't think naman na intention niya na iparamdam sa akin na hindi ako mahal or karapat-dapat na mahalin. But rather, hindi lang talaga compatible, I guess. So, that's something na I reminded myself na dapat hindi ako papayag na yung let someone else dictate how worthy I am to be loved. So, ayun. Ayokong sabihin na pinaramdam niya yun sa akin kasi I believe na hindi niya yun intention.
Ano naman ang sagot sa'yo sa likod?
Ang halaga mo ay hindi kailanman mababawasan ng pananaw ng iba. True. That's also a good reminder for everyone watching. Hindi niyo dapat dictate sa iba kung gaano kayo karapat dapat mahalin.
Yes, kasi may iba't iba tayong galing, taglay na ganda, kabutihan.
Yes. And at the end of the day, you have people pa rin who will love you genuinely. And if there's no one there, you can love yourself. Diba? You can give that love yourself and that's worthy enough.
Yes!
And I thank you.
Sabay ganun. Okay, pasado. Check.
Check. Okay, next.
Next question. Tignan natin kung mas mabigat. Char.
Bakit? Sino ang unang sumira ng tiwala mo and how did this affect you?
Bakit Bakit ganyan yung mga nabubunot mo? Di ba?
Sino ba? Sino
Kahit
unang
describe mo
sumira?
ulit.
Siguro, yung pagsisinungaling po sa akin. Alam niyo, siguro yung trust na nasira the second time around. Yun yung, I guess that's like, very painful for someone talaga to experience. Personally, it was painful for me. Nung nasira na yung trust ko to begin with, binigyan ko ng chance, pero sinira pa rin. So, it affected me na parang it was harder to trust someone again. Kasi, I'm someone kasi who has a lot of walls up. So, medyo hirap talaga ako magtiwala ng ibang tao. Like, even my circle of friends, I only have a few friends. Growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends kasi very shy din ako and introverted. So, hirap talaga sa akin magtiwala sa mga tao. But, this affected me in a way na I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn na sometimes kailangan talaga natin mag-step back and evaluate kung mapagkakatiwalaan natin yung tao to. And although like sometimes kasi inevitable yung mga pangyayaring ganito na masisira nila yung trust mo. Parang you just have to be ready for that na kailangan mo lang tanggapin na maybe it's time for this person to like go, like it's no longer worth
And
it.
it's a lesson for you.
Yeah, it's a lesson. You just parang I learned na I just really have to be careful with who I trust. Lalo na nandito ako sa industriyang to, you really have to be careful kasi hindi mo alam kung ano talaga yung intention sa'yo ng ibang tao. And although, even if that's the case, I think it's important na we still stay open to like make connections with everyone. It's just that parang there's a certain level of attachment na hindi mo dapat abutin. Kasi that attachment will keep you like questioning, like just like the question before na parang it would question your own worth, diba? Pag nasasaktan ka. So, you just really have to leave some for yourself.
Ano naman ang sagot sa'yo sa likod?
Ano ang sagot? It hurts when someone destroys your trust, pero dahan-dahan at mahinahon, you will be back on track. I promise. True.
Diba?
I love it.
Yan.
Yes. And at the end of the day, I think we're all human, so there's always a part of us that will have a heart to forgive.
Yes.
I mean, like, this forgiveness isn't to, like, welcome them back or, like, make friends with them again, but rather, forgiveness para mabigyan mo yung sarili mo ng peace.
Yes, correct. Totoo yan. Kaya naman, ano yung panghuling bara?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Positibo naman to.
Pinanifest. Ano? Ang tanong.
Very connected to what I just said sa forgiveness.
Okay.
It says, kailan mo naramdaman na hindi mo kayang magpatawad dahil hindi mo matangka? Ayun, same lang. Yung
Umabot ba sa point na parang hindi ka na nagpatawad talaga to this person? Hindi mo kaya. Kasi syempre pwedeng very special to your heart.
I guess so. Siguro may umabot sa point na hindi ko kaya ipatawad. Kasi hindi ko matanggap. Parang nasa point ako na hindi ako makapaniwala na ito yung ginawa sa akin. So, parang to me, I was full of anger. I was full of rage towards this person. But then I realized also na it wasn't helping me. So, ayun. Yung naramdaman ko dahil kaya hindi ko mapatawad was yun nga, parang nasira nga yung tiwala ko sa taong to. And parang the person I least expect that would break my trust. Kaya yun, kaya hindi ako makapaniwala. But then, napatawad ko na yung taong to. And, yun nga, like I said earlier, sometimes it will let us go. It will free us kasi from the anger and the rage that we have, or yung
hatred.
Yung hatred. Parang it's not I remember like telling myself na I don't want to keep living with this hate kasi it's not helping me. Like parang natutunan ko kasi from this experience na wala na akong magagawa. Like me getting mad wouldn't change anything. Parang sometimes
just have to let go.
Yeah, you just have to accept
and forgive.
it. Parang yun na yung, that's how they see you. And that's something na you don't have any control over. Kaya, tanggapin, I accepted it na lang and moved forward.
Yes. Ano naman ang sagot sa'yo sa likod?
Okay. Ang pagpapatawad ay hindi laging mabilis, pero unti-unting nagiging posible kapag natutunan mong tanggapin ang sakit. Yes, true. We're all human naman. I think lahat naman tayo nasasaktan. Lahat tayo maraming pinagdadaanan. And it's also human to get mad. It's human to get hurt. But at the same time, it's very human then to forgive and to move forward.
At syempre mga ka-vibes, sa mga may pinagdadaanan ngayon, sa mga nakikinig, nanonood, para mas mawala din yung bigat na nararamdaman ninyo, abangan ninyo ang MMK.
Yes.
Invite mo na sila, Andy.
Alright, mga ka-vibes, everyone watching, Team Bahay, Team Live. Mapapanood na po ang MMK Barefoot Runner. The director's cut is now streaming on iWant. And the TV episode 10, will finally air this July 5, Saturday, 8:30 p.m. on Kapamilya Channel, Kapamilya Online Live, A to Z, and All TV. Ang episode title po natin, marireveal po yan after. Kaya abangan niyo po ako bilang si Tikya, Andy Abaya po. Nandito din po si Miss Meryl Soriano, Miss Riza Sanon, and Sir Ketchup, Eusebio, Miss Daisy Carino, Miss Bubbles Paraiso, and amazing characters and casts. So, abangan niyo po yan. Directed by the one and only Kevin Alhambra.
Ay, gusto ko pasalamatan, i-shout out, Andy.
Okay, abangan niyo rin po ang episode ng Love at First Spike. Episode 3 po yan sa iWant TFC. Kasama ko po dito si Emilio Daes, Rain Parani, Sean Thurston at iba pang magagaling na aktor at actress. Kasama din po namin dito si Miss Meryl Soriano. Kaya abangan niyo po yan sa Friday na po.
Saan ka nila i-follow? Sa mga social media accounts mo?
Okay, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at I am Andy Abaya, A-N-D-I po yan. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Andy Abaya, and Facebook, Andy Abaya. And gusto ko lang po magpasalamat sa The Andy Fam ko, sa family ko, friends, sa buong cast, sa MMK team, of course, to Direct Kevin. Congratulations po sa atin. I'm sharing this win with all of you since ito yung last leg ko for the promo day. I wanna say thank you. Thank you, DJ Kim. Thank you, FM Radio. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Ayan. Maraming salamat din, Andy Abaya. And of course, congratulations on your MMK episode. Barefoot Runner, mga ka-vibes! At syempre, hindi lang yan natatapos ang lahat, no? Ano ang request song mo? Siyempre, bago natin sila iwan.
Alright. Kasi spirit animal ko si Ariana Grande.
Yes.
So can we please play Twilight Zone by Ariana Grande?
Yes! Play it! Wow! Sabay ganun din. Siyempre naman, again and again, congratulations and maraming salamat, Andrea
Thank you so much!
Ayan. At siyempre naman, mga ka-vibes, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang Good Vibes Music at magagandang chikahan dahil magbabalik pa rin ang chinitang chikadora, Kim Chorva, dito lang sa 92.3 FM Radio Manila, your favorite music radio. Ka-vibes! Let's all hear it. Twilight Zone by Ariana Grande.